The plan today really is to dig this hole down. Got myself some bobber stuff. I've got all of my aggregate in. Big of an extra hole that I have to dig out. Fair old hole I've got to dig out.
And the old famous Coleman's mustard. Thank you, mother for the rabbits.
But yeah, a little bit more digging. More digging. Loads of digging. That's the one. That's what I need. Like I was saying, nothing's glued up yet, but I'm looking for my drainage line to go into there. I need to nip to B&Q because what I need... Get on, boys! That's the hammer! Let me explain. We're certainly clearing it. The deed's out. And this is where we're at. This is why it's not clearing. And underneath here, this pipe is absolutely caked. But I got major problem. Major problem down here. You know what time it is? You know what day it is? Good morning, everybody. So welcome back to another video. Believe it or not, I'm going to get the spade back out. I've got a lot more digging to do. So I'm a bit of a tidy up this morning. And then I'll get back to you on the plans of what's happening. Massive big hole to dig today to fit the drain in. I'm going to get the laser level out, make sure that everything is exactly how I want it. Make sure I'm at the right depth. If I'm not at the right depth, I'll have to dig some more out. I can only build this pond and dig this pond as big as what my garden will let me to do. So, I mean, I'll be more than happy with the pond when it's final finished. I have had a few comments recently saying the pond won't be much bigger than what it already was. I mean, I sort of get what some people are saying because I'm laying the blocks on the side, but the inside measurements of the pond will be a lot better. There won't be no pumps in the pond. I'll have a skimmer on the pond. Overall, it will just be a much better pond. Trying my best, and well, I'm going to carry on with these videos. Happy days. We gotta love a Sunday video. As you can see from the last video, I've got all of my aggregate in. I've got a load of cement all piled in. I've just cleared a load of earth here. There was a massive heap of earth which has filled another dumpy bag. So I've got a skip due this morning. Skip's coming this morning, so I'm going to get all of this into the skip. That there will fill a skip, I expect, 3 ton. Hopefully I'll have a bit more room because I've got to dig a massive hole here to chuck a barrow in the ground to get my water to pump back all the way to the drain. Just for time being, my 2 sheets of rebar, it's for reinforcing the concrete. I've got them pinned up against the wall now. I put 2 brackets on the fence post, put my 6B1 on the board as well. And it's just to get it out of the way so I can carry on with the projects. Obviously the rain's come in, it's loosened this, so all of this has to go. I have to get rid of all of that because I don't want that falling in when I'm doing my cement. I want that as level as possible. And I'm going to get the laser out just to make sure that I'm at the right height when it runs across to my filter house, because the filter that I'm getting, or the drum filter, it needs to be at a certain height, and I just want to make sure that everything's how I want it to be. So it's better to double check once, twice, 3 times or 4 times, or however many times. If I'm not quite deep enough here for the final finished result, then I'll keep going and I'll dig it a little bit deeper. But I'm going as maximum as I can with the build. I'm trying to get the pond as big as what I can. Obviously, I'm restricted on my conservatory door. There's so many things that I'm restricted on, and I'm just trying my best to get it as big as I can. So yeah, the plan today really is to dig this hole down, dig this into the ground. It's a big old unit. I tell you what, it's a massive old unit. So this is the unit, for people that don't know, this is what I'm using to get my water to pump back to my drain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off, this pump station off, and use the size of the pallet as a bit of a guide how big I need to dig the hole out. Obviously I'm gonna have to dig it a little bit bigger than that, but the depth of that pallet to the finished top, obviously the bottom of that is going to be concrete. And then, well, I'm just going to take that pallet out and lay it on the ground and see where we're at and see how much earth I have to dig out. I got myself some lime marker, saves me using my spray paint. Got myself some proper stuff, bargain off of eBay. Absolute bargain. Only cost me £3. And so that's all marked out, how big of an extra hole that I have to dig out. Obviously, the inside of the block wall will run up through there. The end of the pond wall will finish there, and then I'll re-block from the inside of my filter house, and the manhole cover will be there. I'm going to put an extension onto the pipe which will run under the ground here for when I do the drainage system that I'm doing there, but that there will come at a later date. But I've still got to put it in place, ready to go. Water that comes out of my drum filter, so as the drum filter will sit here somewhere, the waste chute pipe will run into a normal drain, and then that drain will run into this barrel, and then this barrel will be pumping back in behind the back of these fittings here underground, and then that will run all the way up to the end to where the drain is, which is well over 10 meters away. There's a fair old hole I've got to dig out. Look at the pile of earth already. Hell of a size hole. But it will work an absolute treat when I get it in place and all sorted. So I'm going to carry on. I've still got another about 2 foot to go, I think. Whew. Hallelujah. So I've got hell of another pile of earth over there I've just dug out. But I've managed to get the drum in. So I still need to dig down. I'm just working out. I still need to dig down another inch, if not 2 inches, because I want at least a 4-inch concrete base underneath the bottom of this drum. So I'm just working out where I'm at. The drum's all lovely and plumb there, and it's also level with my pegs, which will be the finish of the concrete. But the issue that I've got now, I'm only 2.5 inches. So realistically, I need to get 4 inches of concrete on the bottom to bring this plate here to the same lip as what the lip of what that peg is. So if I dig down another 2 inches, I think I got this right. If I dig down another 2 inches, 4-inch concrete base will bring that up to the same height as what that is. That's the plan, that's the idea, and I'll see how I get on. But yeah, a little bit more digging. More digging. Loads of digging. We're getting there. We're gaining. That's hell of a barrow. Hell of a barrow. You know what time it is? You know what day it is? That time of the week again. Wrap your eyes round that. Roast beef, chicken, spuds, swede, broccoli, peas, sweet corn, carrots, and the old famous Coleman's mustard. Thank you, mother of the rabbits. Hell of a roast dinner of that. Just going to have a quick cup of tea, quick fag, and then I'm going to crack on and do a bit more. Tell you what, with a gutful, 'tis hard graft, but you've got to get things done when the sun's shining. Look at that. I got this down to the level where I need it. So this is my concrete line. I got 4-inch blocks underneath, but underneath that I'm going to have some gravel. So I've left myself enough room to have a bit of gravel, and that there works out absolutely perfect. Lovely plumb and level, exactly how I want it to be. So I want to get some gravel in there, and then I'll be able to put a little wood frame round, level off the concrete. But what I've got to do next is work out how deep that is down, the connection to the outlet to waste. I have to stay that deep. What I'm going to do is put a 90 on it, bring that up, because this pump is capable of pumping 10 meters high with no problem at all. So I'm going to bring it up probably 12 inches, run the trench in round the back of these pipes up to there, and then work out how to get it over to there. One job at a time. What I've got to do as well is with that O-ring, the uni-seal, I'm going to basically put a drain in here, a drain line, probably put a gutter line along here underneath, so all of my water from the drum gets into there, and then go from there. Work out that as and when I get to it, dig out more trenches and just keep ploughing on through it. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. Look at that along the back as well. I've got to get rid of all of that. All of this around the back here is all started to fall in, so I don't want that falling in when I do my concrete. So I'm going to take that off, get rid of it. When I do my concrete, I have to put a board against it or something like that. Right, just going through my bits what I need. Work out an idea. Let's work out a plan. 45. That's the one. That's what I need. Happy days. 45 and a 90. I think that should be alright. Let's go and check this out. And so with this barrel I've got, it comes with, like I said, it comes with all the same size fittings as all your koi pond fittings. So I won't be needing this one. This one comes standard with it. What I will be needing is this one. So this is the screw thread, but I can also solvent weld my 2-inch pipe to it. So I've got to put some PTFE tape on it, and I want to make sure it's done up super tight. But the idea behind it is I've dug out this trench. I just took the whole lot out, just made my life easy. I'll fill it back with gravel. Picture looks funny down here, but ideally, put that on, put a 45 on, and that sits lovely and plumb. Run a bit of straight pipe along here, bring it up a 90, and then run all the way down to the waist. Well, like I was saying, nothing's glued up yet, but I'm just giving you a little bit of an idea, or giving you a demonstration of my idea, should I say. So this pipe comes out here. Obviously, this will all get done after the concrete base is in place, but I need to make sure the drum's in the right place, as it runs through here, runs up, it'll run up a 90, it'll have another 90. I haven't cut this pipe yet because I might have another bit of pipe in a minute, but I'll have another 90 onto there, and then I'll run all the way up to the end. Happy days, just like that. What you've got to imagine in your head is that the pond wall will finish here, it will run all the way up to the top here, and then this here will get backfilled. I'll put a load of pea chipping in here, fill this completely with pea gravel. Not that I ever will need to access it because it will get concreted over the top. Pea gravel doesn't sink, like if I put earth back in, earth generally sinks, pea gravel doesn't, so that's part of the reason. Like I was saying, even the bottom drains are not glued yet. I might have to get another full length of this pipe because I keep beating my head up about the distance of these gaps. An equal distance, it needs to be back here. So I shorten the distance of these two bottom drains for the pure fact of that's a 3 metre length of tube there, that's a full length. Well, I literally only need an extra, what, 6 inches? So I didn't really want to put a join in it there and then connect it again there, which I might have to, that or buy a 6 metre length of pipe and just cut it to the size that I need. But I'll get to that when I get to it. Obviously, I've got to get the filter. I knocked out a bigger chunk here because I originally plumbed it up so it was over here, but I forgot about the thickness of my block to the outside of my filter. That's why I need the filter. I need the filter before I can glue anything. But I'm just playing around, doing jobs, one job at a time, and we'll get in there. But the next job that I'm going to do now, I'll just go and grab it for you a minute. And so as you can see, this is all the bits of pipe I pinched from me mum. She had a load of it lying around, left over from jobs, so I'll be able to use this. This is what I'm using for my drainage line to go into there. So this system comes with a 4-inch uniseal. It's a decent uniseal. Look how thick that is. My finger, you can really see the quality of this. So what I do need to get, I need to purchase myself a 4-inch hole saw because I haven't got one. So I'm going to purchase a 4-inch hole saw. I'm only going to need it for one job. So if anyone's in Devon and they got one, give me a holler and I'll borrow it. One job and then you can have it back. What I'm planning to do is get this down into the right depth of how far that I want it. Dig out a trench. What I'm thinking, I'm probably going to go into there. I'm not going to dig any more trenches yet because I still got to get rid of all of this today. I've got to skip there and it's due to pick it up in the next about 3 hours. So I need to get all this loaded in there very quick. I've got a mate coming in a minute. He's going to give me a hand, get rid of all the bits and pieces. But what I'm planning to do just before he turns up, this here will go into there. And then what will happen, I'm going to put a T-piece on it there, like so. This will run down here. And then I'm going to put a drain inside of my filter house, which will be directly in line with my drum filter. So the waste chute will go into this drain, which will run into there. And then this drain, why I've put a T-piece, because this, I want to drain over my garden over here. So what I'm going to do is dig a trench with all these 90s and bits and pieces that I've got, up through here, to the boundary of my garden, up to here, and then I'll just leave the pipe in place so I can connect it at a later date. But if I don't do it now, I'll never be able to do it because eventually all of this will all be concrete. So I need to do it now before, well, one of them things I need to do. So I need to nip to B&Q because what I need is I need a normal pan drain, like you put your guttering into, and that there will connect to here, which will fit exactly here, exactly underneath where the waste chute will go. That will run into there, and then this pipe here will run across here. It will run out through there, come up, and I'll have another drain fitted there. But before I do all of this, I need to get rid of all of this. I've got my workmate and a couple of his mates are going to give us an hand for half an hour, get rid of all of this, and then I can start doing this at a later date because it will take a bit of working out. But I need to make a bit of room here. I'm a bit full up. I've got no room. So there's one of them. He's going to give us an hand. Yeah. And we're going to load all this up into the skips. We've got 2 skips out there. I'm sure we'll fill them up and we'll crack right on with it. Get on, boys. That's the hammer. Loading up. That's the way we like it, boys. Right then, so we're certainly clearing it. Everything's getting cleared. Alexis is clearing a load of it as well. He's in helping, but I found a bit of a problem. So the drain line that I'm running from here, running up to here, down to the waste, what I did, I just wanted to, I mean, I've been putting water down there for a while, down the drain from my Epic filter. I'm not even sure how many litres are in that Epic. There's probably about 50 litres what go down through the Epic filter, what I've been flushing away for a while. Well, I've been running this hose pipe down there because I wanted to make sure it was clear, making sure there was no blockage in, because with the Epic it used to fill up and then slowly soak away. Well, I've had the pressure washer down there, been blasting it out and it just not clearing, so I thought, right, I'll get the deeds out. I've had the deeds out, and this is where we're at. This is why it's not clearing. So, absolute poor excuse of a soakaway. Absolutely terrible. So, I've got another job on my hands I didn't really know I had to do. But you can see the water has been tunneling underneath here and underneath here. This pipe is absolutely caked with, obviously, drainage, waste, and there's no way anything was getting out of there. So, now I can see the end of the pipe up here. I'm going to blast all that out. Obviously, this is broke. This is the old style pipe, the old ceramic type. So that's all broke completely. But from where it's snapped, I can put a pressure washer up and blast out all of this muck. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to put a soakaway in here. So load more earth I've had to take out. Absolutely ton more earth. But I'm going to dig this down. I'll probably dig it down about 3 or 4 foot, I expect. And then I'm going to fill it with gravel, pea chippings. You can get proper containers. I'm going to put the containers in there, fill it with gravel over the top. And then from my boundary of my pond, I know I'm going to have a decent soak away for any of the drain waste in the future. And my water that I put in there, that it'll be underneath the pond. Hell of a job on my hands really here. But at least I know the problem and I can fix it before the concrete's in and get it sorted. But yeah, what a nightmare. Look at that. Absolutely caked, man. There was no way anything was going down through there. And I've got a fair old hoe up there. And obviously water finds a route. No matter where it'll go, it'll find a route. Obviously, see all these blocks here? This was their poor excuse of when they built these houses, of chucking a few blocks in, running a pipe, and just leaving it and thinking that there's good enough for a soakaway. Which, in my eyes, that ain't good enough. And I'm going to sort it out and make it proper. It's going to take a little bit longer for me to get this job done, but I need to make sure that it's done properly. This is not good enough. And I'm going to keep digging and sort all of this out. Whew. Right, so apart from taking all that inside, I've got a pretty tidy old garden for a bit of a workshop at the moment. It's probably the cleanest building site you've ever seen. So everything's gone. Got rid of all of the earth that I needed to. I've got a major problem on my hands. So this one here was going really well today. More than happy how this is all coming on. This is where the problem is, and I should have probably checked this before I started. The draining behind the back. Let me explain. Draining behind the back, I always thought, since I ever lived here, that the drain one ran back out to the sewage out the front of the house. But no, it don't. It just runs into a soakaway. So the soakaway ain't man enough. The pipe is up there. I found it. I can see it. What I'm going to do, I'm thinking about, I might have to put a rubber boot on it and definitely direct the pipe work. You can see here, the water's found the route. So underneath, it's hard to film, but underneath the pipe itself is there, the drain. It runs through here and it's just tunneled down through here over the years because the thing is blocked right up. So I'm going to have to get some sort of dino rod up there or something to try to get everything out, because it's literally seeping out with just loads of moss and stuff which has come down from the gutter in, and it's well bad. Well, it's never been checked. I've never checked it since I've lived here, and I've lived here well over 15 years now. So it's one of them. So don't really know much about it, but I know I need to install a soakaway. So I'm digging that hole down as deep as I possibly can, and then I'll fill it with gravel. So that rain water, koi pond water, will have a soakaway. But I've got to do a little bit of YouTubing about it, ask a bit of information about what I do. I know a lot of people, you know, to be fair, building the pond wall to the boundary here, so obviously all of this had to come out today for me to find what the problem was. This was going to be the boundary of the pond, and the whole idea could change because I don't know how to fix this yet. But I'll work it out. I'll work out a way, and hopefully I can sort it. But yeah, a bit of a setback, to be fair. Massive setback of what's going to happen. But, you know, you come across these things and you've got to sort it out. So one job at a time, and we'll get it done. One of these situations. Oh well. On a plus note, I'm going to go in, check the video. Just got to drop a video anyway. On that note, I'm going to end the video here. Happy days. Happy bonding. Thank your mother for the rabbits.